Hi,
Hi, everybody.
it's the Crunch Factor. We're back with season 1, episode 3. As you can see, we're still at home.
Mm-hmm.
We still have the stay at home order, but we're making the best of it. And we picked a really fun chip for today.
Yeah, we thought we'd switch it up because our first two episodes were both kind of I don't know, silly or well known chips that we had
Yeah,
both had before. So we
right.
decided we needed to step it up. We needed to class it up a little bit with with this. And also, this is a chip that neither of us have ever tried before, right?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. This will be fun because we have never tried this. And when I found, or I didn't find this chip, but when I saw this chip, I thought this has Andrea written all over it. It's ranch and it's kettle. It's kettle. Oh, mine's over here. Farmstand ranch.
Look at this bag. I love this. Look how cute this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little ranch. There's a little parsley, a little green onion and garlic. It's so cute. I love their bags. I don't know. They're so pleasing to me.
I do like how they're like matte.
Yes.
They're not shiny and obnoxious.
Mm-mm.
They're very artisanal, if you will.
And kind of rustic. I guess that's the whole idea behind the farm stand. I wonder how that's going to
True.
come across. Is it like a little more rustic, a little I'm
We'll
not
find
sure.
out. So
But
before we taste the chip and get started and everything, how have you been holding up?
I've been good. I just kind of officially started going back to work with a little bit more regularity. I was still
Yeah.
working a little bit, but we had severely decreased our schedule and our caseload.
Yeah.
So now I'm officially kind of back into the swing of things, and where we have a huge backlog of people that have waited to get their procedures for over a month. So it's been kind of long
Oh God.
days and getting back into it. And obviously, we're still trying to be as safe as possible. But in healthcare, it's kind of impossible to stay 6 feet away from each other
Yeah.
because you're all up in everybody's face all the time. But we're trying to be as safe as we can. And it kind of slows things down. But in another sense, we're super busy. So it's been interesting. But I'm kind of happy to be back at work. It gives me
Yeah.
a sense of normalcy, but I'm still really nervous. I don't want,
Yeah.
everybody at work to get sick because a
Yeah.
patient or even a employee doesn't know that they have it or they're carrying it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're just starting this I guess new way of practicing medicine, I guess, probably for the
Yeah.
next couple of years. I'm
Yeah,
not
for
sure,
sure.
but what about you?
I'm good. Things are pretty normal around here because Tyler's still working. I'm still working. Um, I do have reduced hours. I just have Fridays off now, which I'm actually really enjoying.
Then
So Tyler works from like 8 to 1, so on Fridays I have that time to myself, and the first couple times it's a little bit weird, but I feel like I'm really enjoying it now.
yeah.
Just having like a little morning to myself and trying to do some little self-care
Mm.
things. And same thing at work, like at 143 we are all wearing masks and gloves and doing our best to stay 6 feet apart from each other. um I'm pretty much out in the shop by myself anyway, so I definitely feel safe there. And um it's definitely it's pretty normal. The only thing I would say is the weekends feel a little bit weird,
Yeah.
because we normally would see each other
I know.
and go out and do things. And we just had the drive-by parade birthday party for
Yeah,
George.
tell me about that because
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go. So, how'd
Oh my
that go?
gosh. It was really fun. It was like it was crazy seeing everybody because I haven't seen any of our friends in over a month. So we all met at this church by their house, and then we kind of waited there for everybody to show up. And then some people made signs, some people had water guns to squirt him with. We had like little party hats on. And Tyler like painted this awesome sign that we like attached to the outside of his car.
Mm.
And oh, George's brother is a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
So he had the fire truck in the parade. So we all like drove past his house a couple times and like we were playing music and like cheering and stuff. And then when it was all done, we got out of our cars and just kind of like stood outside for a little bit. And nobody really knew what to do. It was like we
Right.
didn't obviously want to go inside their house. We didn't want to like hug each other or like
Get
get too
close at
close.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, but we kind of just like stood outside his house for a little bit, and it was at least nice to be able to like talk to people and see everybody for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I miss you guys.
I know. I miss everybody too. And it's starting to feel like the idea of going. Kevin and I were thinking about like the last restaurant that we actually went to. And
Oh.
it's been so long. Like the
Mhm.
idea of sitting down at a restaurant is now finally
Mhm.
starting to seem like kind of foreign and weird. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'm gonna
You know what I
I'm
was
excited to go back, but I'm
Yeah.
willing to wait as much as I need to,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about the other day when we went to tacos and beer and had the we had a pitcher of margaritas and then well, it
Ooh,
was Cadillac margaritas and then
Cadillac.
she asked if we wanted the second and Kevin said, "Sure."
That's the thing about Kevin. He's easily like talked into anything. So we probably still had like a good amount left of the first
Oh, we
pitcher.
did.
We had
Yeah.
some.
Mhm.
Like not enough for everybody to get another drink, but we definitely had some and we were all feeling it. And then
Mhm.
we were done with our meal. Like we were done eating.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
she's like, do we want another one? And nobody really answered, you know. And then Kevin's just like, yeah, sure. And we're all like, oh my God. And then we probably drank like this much of the second
Oh.
pitcher. Like we couldn't do it. We were so done. And we had to
Yeah.
Uber. And we
Yeah.
had that crazy Uber driver who was like, it's
Oh
my birthday.
yeah.
He was kind of
Yeah. Yeah, and then after the fact we were like, "Was it really her
probably not. She probably keeps that up all the time
birthday?"
for the tip.
But I was thinking like, man, I would trade anything right now for a second pitcher of Marg.
Yeah. Well, I was asking Kevin like what are you most excited to like go back to? Like a restaurant or a bar? Like
Yeah.
what have you been thinking about? Like, oh, when things are good again, I want to go here.
Yeah. What did he say?
I think Kevin wants to go to Fuku Burger. He really
Oh,
wants some
yeah.
Fuku. I really
Yeah.
want some freaking Mexican food. We've been me and like one of
Mm.
my work friends, we go to Pinches Tacos like after work on Thursdays and get some
Oh,
$5
nice.
margs, and I really miss that.
Oh,
That's going to be fun. But also
remember
I've been
that day that we went there and then we went to look at those model homes
we were
and we
we
were
were
kind of
thriving.
that
We were
was a nice
thriving.
suburban day.
Yeah. A lot of blood orange margaritas and then looking at houses we
Mhm.
cannot afford. But I'm definitely
Yep.
looking forward to like Jammy Land too. I've been thinking a lot about like
Oh my
some
god,
craft
yes.
cocktails and stuff. I'm like, oh,
Yes. Yeah.
but you have
Thankfully, Tyler's been really into making cocktails at home, which has been really nice, but I miss like being on a patio of
mm-hmm,
a bar with my friends, having a really good drink.
yeah. Do you have any like restaurants or bars in mind that you want to go back to?
Oh god. Well, we were actually like right before everything happened, we were supposed to go to LA to
Mm-hmm.
see Sunny and we were going to stay with her and then like hit up Chinatown and cuz she lives near or she lives in Alhambra, so there's a lot of like Chinese restaurants nearby. Um so I was really looking forward to that and eating at a bunch of restaurants in LA that I had never been to. Like I really want to go to Conby. Have you heard of Conby?
Mm-hmm.
You've probably seen it in Bon Appetit magazine. They have that really like Instagram famous egg salad sandwich that has like a
Mm-hmm.
whole boiled egg in the middle. But they also have like a pork katsu sandwich, and they're also like a Japanese bakery. Oh, yeah, I was really looking forward to going there. And the Major Domo in LA I really wanted to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but here I definitely miss Jammuland a lot.
Jammy. Oh,
Yeah.
and we had just kind of started our like, remember back in November, we started like our
Oh
like
yeah.
what do we call
Bite
that again?
night.
Bite night. Yes. We
Yes.
started bite
Dang
night where
it.
we got together like every
Mm-hmm.
month where we're supposed to get together
Yeah.
every month and like pick a restaurant and go. And we went to
Yeah.
like one place really. And then
Yeah. No, we did two. We did Chengdu Taste and then
yeah, that's true.
Lamai. Yeah. And then we were supposed to go to a third, I think in March, and it didn't happen. And then we
No.
couldn't go.
Oh,
I am excited to start that up again.
yeah.
And right before everything went down, too, I went to Momofuku with my family
Mhm.
for my dad's retirement. And I really want to go back.
Mhm.
So I'm
I
excited
feel
about
so
that.
thankful like to be able to have like the restaurants that we do here and the bars
Yeah.
that we do here, we get to like experience all different kinds of food and like
Mm-hmm.
everybody can get to wherever in like a reasonable amount of
That's
time.
true.
And I'm just feeling so lucky and like appreciative of like the
Yeah.
life that we have here because I can't like
Yeah.
live it to the fullest right now, which is okay.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
definitely am like thinking like, oh wow, we had it so good.
Yeah. I think everybody's kind of feeling right now like it's so important to support these independent restaurants and independent businesses and just trying to do everything we can to like keep them afloat right now, whatever we can do. And I know Momofuku started like they called it the Blue Tape Fund to raise money for all of the employees that have been laid off. And um they were auctioning off some really awesome things and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go on there and bid on something, and it was like way over my price range, but I was able to I was like, okay, I can't really afford $10,000 to shut down that restaurant and have my own private party, but I can afford a tote bag.
Tote bag,
So I bought a tote
always.
bag, support them. And we're like, we uh obviously are cooking at home typically just as much as we normally would, but um we're doing takeout once a week, and we're just making sure like when we do takeout we're supporting a small local restaurant.
Definitely.
So I can't wait till we can go out to eat together again.
I know, me too. What are you drinking over there tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm drinking an orange wine.
Orange, eh?
Yeah.
Is it from
uh
Gergeist?
it is, yeah, which is another small business that everybody should support.
Mm-hmm.
That's another place I can't wait to go back to for sure. But we did a virtual wine tasting with them last night, and so this was one of the wines. So we're finishing it up tonight.
How
But
is it?
oh, it's so good. It's like the biggest like tasting note that we talked about last night was cantaloupe.
Oh,
So there's a lot of cantaloupe. Like it's just very refreshing, crisp, light, super easy to drink. I really wish I could be like out by a pool drinking this.
is it a frolicking wine?
Yeah, that was the other one that we had. For some reason, everybody said this makes me want to frolic through the fields.
I
They
can't
weren't
wait.
wrong.
I can't wait to
Um,
frolic.
I know. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking one of my fave beers, also supporting local. Little Joseph James. Uh-oh. Here.
Yay!
Citra Rye. It's my
Love
probably my
them.
favorite like beer.
Yeah, you guys
Period.
always get those when we go out. I really like that beer too.
I don't know what it is. It's so drinkable, and when it's
Yeah,
cold, it's like summer day, fine, like evening, fine. It's
yeah,
delicious and it's local and
yeah.
yummy.
And it's like it's hoppy, but it's not too like bitter.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's really easy to drink, crisp. I like that beer too.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh,
should we get into this chip?
yeah, let's
Let me
do it.
let me tell you, it's been downstairs in my kitchen for the like whole day and yesterday,
Yeah,
and I was like eyeing it, and I was like, I just want to see what this tastes like here.
I know. I almost opened mine too. I was like, maybe I'll just have one.
But I want to look at the back here. So,
Okay.
I mean, I can't speak for like all kettle stuff, but I'm pretty sure they're kind of straightforward with like their ingredients and stuff. Like it's nothing
I
too
think
crazy.
so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Because it's all like, things that I can pronounce. We got some cream. We got some
Mhm.
garlic powder, onion powder, lactic acid for that tang,
Mhm.
parsley, spices, citric acid. This is fine. This is all looks like some good stuff in here.
Yeah. I always wonder what natural flavor is, but
What is that? Because I know natural is not
I don't
really like a
know.
real word that
Right.
people can use. Like that
It
doesn't
doesn't
mean
mean
anything.
anything. Yeah.
It's natty.
Yeah. Uh well, we'll find out. I wonder cuz it says spices. I know it says parsley, but like typically I think ranch has dill in it. I don't see any dill in here, so
Hmm.
I wonder if that's going to come through at all or if it's just going to be like a zesty. I think it's going to taste like sour cream and onion.
Really?
That's
I
what I
wouldn't
think.
be surprised with like the onion powder, garlic powder, because
Mhm.
there are some ranches that read a lot more creamy than anything else.
Right.
And then there's some that really have like garlic and stuff, which I feel like, it's not usual. So I think you might be right. This is going to be like pretty savory, but
Yeah.
who knows? But
Yeah. All right. You
I'm
want to open
crack,
them up?
I'm going to crack this baby open.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. So I bought some kettle chips with my grocery order the other day.
Mhm.
And if you guys don't know, Andrea's the kettle girl.
Kettle girl.
I'm the crispy girl. But I got kettle jalapeno and I hadn't had them in a while. They are so good.
Thank you for saying that because they are so good. And I like them because not only are they spicy jalapeno, but they taste like onion, like
Mhm.
like they're really,
Complex.
dynamic. Yeah, exactly. It's not
Well,
just straight jalapeno.
the other thing I will say about the kettle jalapeno though, like my first thought was sugar.
Oh, they are.
They're
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, like I feel like the onion in the same way that like kind of funyuns are kind of
Oh,
sweet.
that's true.
It
Yeah.
it tastes like that for sure.
Yeah. And then I looked at the ingredients and there's sugar
Oh
in the jalapeno
wow.
ones, but I didn't see any in this.
No sugar. What I find funny about the kettle chips is once you get to the bottom, there's always a pond of oil with the
Mm,
spices and the little crispy bits at the bottom. They're
it's
so
from the kettle.
oily. Yeah, the bottom of the kettle. But these smell surprisingly kind of mild to me.
They do. Yeah. They
They sm-
smell potatoey for
yeah,
sure.
it smells like a potato, like a roasted potato with just this hint of like ranch. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at one because I was thinking like, oh, we're gonna see a lot of little green flecks on it, and I do. I see some,
Yeah, it looks like a
not a
little,
ton.
probably, yeah, that
Let's
little
see.
tiny bit of parsley.
Yeah. All
It
right.
really
You
doesn't
ready?
smell like too much, but
No, it doesn't really smell like a lot of flavor. But we'll see.
okay, cheers.
She is.
Oh,
Okay. So
that
that
ain't no
tastes like
problem.
sour cream and onion to me.
It does. I will give you that. Like if you put that in front of me and didn't tell me what flavor it was, I would have said like a creamy onion, which is sour cream
Yeah.
and onion. So, but since I know it's Farmstand Ranch, but it's like vegetal and oniony and
Need another one.
herby. It's
It's really good.
delicious,
Like I would buy this again for sure.
but it's not
Um,
like crazy flavored. It's not too intense, right?
no. I definitely think I'm just getting sour cream and onion, and I kind of wish it had more of like a tangy
Mm-hmm.
Greek yogurt dill situation going on, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like I would buy this and eat it again for sure. And they like there's a picture of garlic on the front, but I'm not getting any garlic.
Yeah, these are surprisingly a lot more mild than I thought they were going to be,
Yeah.
but I actually really like that. It's kind of like having a salty oniony chip with, you know, a little bit of flavor. You like my crystal that used to support my chip bag is just here, so don't, it's a crystal, people. But
I mean, I want to keep eating them, which is a
a
good
good
thing, I
sign.
think.
No,
Yeah.
these are
Yeah.
really good. Like if you like
Yeah.
ranch, you'll like these, but if you like
Yeah.
sour cream and onion stuff, if you
Mhm.
like savory, like oniony, salty stuff, you're gonna love these. These are delicious.
Yeah, I think I'm getting mostly like onion powder,
Mm-hmm.
the cream a little bit, and the salt, and
I
that's
feel
it. And that's fine.
I agree with you. They definitely could have stepped up the tang, like throw some buttermilk in there or something. Make it real creamy.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
just lactic acid, the vinegar, and cream, so it's not really, and citric acid for the sourness, but
Right.
not as tangy as I thought they were going to be. Those are super good. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like I would buy those to keep around because they're
They are
mild
good.
enough
Yeah.
to just be there all the time, but they have
Yeah.
something a little bit more interesting about them.
I think, dare I say, they're a good house chip.
This is a house chip, baby.
Mm.
Yeah, I like how it's not just a plain chip. It has a little bit something interesting, but it's not, like you said, like too crazy that it could it could go with anything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. As I was eating a couple more, I think the tang that I was looking for came out a little bit more actually.
Mm.
So props to Kettle for bringing the tang.
They brought the tang.
I was wondering, like, when I first was going to taste this chip, I was wondering if it was going to be like, you know how they make the Hidden Valley Ranch packets and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like the powdered ranch?
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if it's going to taste like that, like just plain potato chips with like ranch powder on them, but it doesn't taste like that to me at
Mm-mm.
all.
No, it's better than I think Hidden Valley, like ranch
Yeah,
tacky
it's
flavor.
Farmstand,
It's
okay?
yeah, not to be confused. I really like it. I like it a lot more than I thought I would, and that's, I mean, I do like ranch, but I don't want it in like my chip, you know.
Yeah.
I'm reaching for cool ranch all the time
Now
at all.
that I don't think tastes like ranch at all.
That's like major tang.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had that in a very long time, but I feel like you can taste the corn chip a lot in that,
Mhm.
and then it's like a little bit of tang. I don't know. I haven't had that in a long time. We know how I feel about Doritos.
I think a lot of people are gonna like this. So if you've been
Yeah,
thinking about getting in, you're not sure, get it because you'll
get it.
probably
Yeah,
like it if you like
yeah,
savory, like onion, garlicky chips. Like you're gonna like that one.
yeah. And I think, like I said, the ones that have a little bit more powder on it, you can definitely taste the tang that I was
Mm-hmm.
wanting a little bit more. Because I tend to like, I really like acidic, tangy, um, like vinegary
Mm-hmm.
flavors in just in food in general. So I was really hoping that that would have it. And at first I was like, I don't think it's there. But as I was eating more with like a little bit of powder on it, I could taste that tang that I was craving a little more.
And I don't think they're not too salty either. They're
That's
really not
true.
too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. The Ruffles in comparison to this in salt is like
It's
crazy. Like
50% less salt in here than
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
But
And
by the way,
fine though.
totally finished that whole bag, that Ruffles
Oh yeah, those are
original
long
one.
gone in
They've
my
been
house. Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
But
Both.
I wanted, I know I've touched on my ranch addiction a couple times and how I really like restaurant ranch,
Yeah.
chicken wings and ranch, fries and ranch. Like I'm that girl. But I remember very distinctly it was probably like seventh grade. Um, in middle school, we had in the lunchroom, like you could get a la carte Papa John's pizza. Like
What?
you could get it by the slice. Like they would get a bunch of I think it was Papa John's. Like I do think so. Um,
I have a lot of thoughts about Papa John's that I'll
I
share with you
mean,
after this.
I think I would need somebody to help me and fact check me, but I feel like they would get all the pizzas and then just serve them for like $3 a slice. Like they would make crazy money off of it. But I mean, they very well could have been like, I mean, I don't think Papa John's is delivering pizzas like every day. I feel like they had like a relationship. The more I say this, the
I
more
had an account.
my memory is like, it's like Inception. My memory is just like folding and collapsing in on itself, because it might have just been pizza, but it was definitely like, it was all uniform. It looked the same. You could get it every single day and you got it by the slice. And a lot of my friends would get it because it was just like a few bucks. And I had a friend that would smother, okay, smother that cheese pizza in ranch. But he wouldn't like dip. Like, I'm a ranch dipper. Like, I'll dip. He would pour it
No.
on top, okay?
No.
And then he would eat it and it would like, you know.
Please. This is getting graphic.
And I was sitting like down the lunchroom table from him, and I was like looking across like, ooh. And at that time I didn't have ranch. I didn't eat ranch like that ever. So I was like, this kid is a psycho. Now, I mean, I still wouldn't pour ranch on my pizza. Like, I haven't lost that much like of my dignity, but I will dip. And I remember that being so weird, and now I'm just like, yeah, ranch on pizza, definitely.
Yeah. I do, like, it depends on what kind of pizza. Like if it's some like shitty chain pizza, I welcome the ranch, you know. But yeah, like Papa John's for a long time was my hangover guilty pleasure. You know this. I loved the thin crust Papa John's, where it was like, and I would ask for it even like well done or whatever, and it was like a cracker, crisp cracker. Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of pizza would you get?
Typically like my go-to pizza toppings for like fast delivery pizza like that is like pepperoni, mushrooms, black olives, and onions. Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, when you're telling me about the guy that put the ranch all over his pizza, it reminded me of like people who do that with their fries with ketchup, and they just like squirt it all over like a psycho instead of putting it a little proper pile of ketchup in the corner of their fry container. Like, you have some self-respect.
You have to maintain the integrity of the crunch and the crisp. If you pour a bunch of ketchup all over it, it's gonna get sloppy toppy. Okay.
Thank you.
Get it.
We're all about the crunch. We're definitely on brand, because I think that's why I like that goddamn cracker pizza from Papa John's. And then like at work functions and stuff, they would like, I've had the regular Papa John's and I'd just be like, this ain't it. It's just a dough ball in your mouth. And I don't, if I can make like, I don't know if I said this the first episode, but I believe that like if something can be crispy, it should be.
Why not?
Right?
Why not? I'm not a baby. I don't need baby food.
Yeah. I don't need a ball of dough sloshing around in my mouth.
I really hate soggy pizza. Like, I really do. I hate it. I will I will get down on like a Neapolitan style pizza, and that shit is like floppy.
Yeah.
But
true.
I mean,
yeah.
It's just kind of.
But it has like the char a little bit on the crust, and yeah.
But I really don't like to pick up a slice of pizza and it's like. So, but I mean, if the pizza's nice enough, like you were saying, like, yeah, some crappy chain pizza, like I'll put the ranch on, but I can respect a well-crafted pizza pie. I'm it with ranch like every time. And honestly, if the pizza's super good, like I don't want ranch. Like ranch is kind of like an adjunct to like an okay pizza. But if the pizza's super good,
Yeah.
I won't need it. Just give me some red pepper
Yeah.
flake and I'm good. Like at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I'm not like always like, can I
Oh
get
my gosh.
ranch? Like if the pizza's good, I'm not gonna be that girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh, I can't wait to go back to Good Pie. And they're opening like a new location on Main Street, which is going to be nice.
sweet.
Um, yeah, that'll be cool. That like I love their like because their pizza is like the grandma style, so it's a little bit thicker, but it has like the crispy, crunchy, like
Mm.
cheesy crust on the outside, and it's just like
Oh,
so
I
good.
love a
I can't
grandma
wait for that.
pie.
And like those little cup and char pepperonis.
Duh. A little green
Oh.
little.
Mm-hmm.
But I love a grandma pie. I love a sheet pan pizza. Like if it's got
Mm-hmm.
like those crispy little cheese things up on the edge, like yummy.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know if I told you this, but like a while back, I think it was Adam Rappaport, the editor of Bon Appetit. He had it was something I saw online or maybe in the magazine where he talked about this DiGiorno pan pizza, like frozen DiGiorno pan pizza, and basically like he loves it. And he thinks it's really great. It's a great option to like have at home. So I was like, I'll give it a try. If Adam Rappaport, which I have some opinions about
Can
Adam
you
Rappaport
trust?
and his taste,
You can't trust.
but uh, but yeah. So I bought it and tried it, and I'm like, it's pretty good. Like it's a pretty good option for frozen pizza, but I'm like, is it as good as he says it is? Probably not.
I
Like
feel
I don't
like
really think it takes the place of like a really good pan or grandma style pizza.
no,
But
I feel like DiGiorno has such a distinct taste. Like every
mm-hmm.
time you eat a DiGiorno frozen pizza, like you know it's DiGiorno because it's like sweet. Like the sauce can be so sweet, and on the normal pizzas, like it is so doughy and
Yeah.
and like 50% crust, like thick crust, and
Oh.
like 50% actual pizza and toppings. Like I really don't like DiGiorno, and maybe I just had like way too much of it when I was like in high school that I'm just like like I'll never
Yeah.
choose a DiGiorno like at the store if I want to get frozen pizza.
What frozen pizza do you like?
Well, I don't do like a ton of shopping at like major grocery chains anymore. Like I really only go to like Trader Joe's and you know,
Yeah.
go to Costco sometimes. But for like our day-to-day stuff, it's usually Trader Joe's. So I really like their it's like their gorgonzola truffle
Oh
pizza,
my God.
the
The
flatbread. It's
mushroom truffle flatbread.
that thing is
It's
rich,
so
Henny.
good.
It's so delicious. It's
I
so
love that.
rich.
Yeah.
And so that one's really good. But that one's just for me. I don't think Kevin would eat that one. But they do have like a little like flatbread style. It's called like a piccolo pizza. Have
Oh
you had
yeah.
those? And it
Yeah.
just has like cheese and like halved little cherry tomatoes. And those are super good. Like
Yeah.
they're a good size and you can like eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then usually I'll make that and I'll just like put on like thinly sliced like onion or jalapeno and I'll put that on there
Mm.
and just like that's fine.
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
love
it
to
kind
zhuzh up a frozen pizza.
definitely like
Yeah.
if you have it, I'm gonna put it on there. But I
Yeah.
kind of think I don't know if I'm like remembering it wrong. I feel like the piccolo pizzas kind of taste like bagel bites. I'm just gonna say it. Just a little
Oh,
bit. And I like it.
I
I
could
don't
see
mind it.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
the sauce or something. It's very sweet and I'm like, this is
It's like
good.
a grown up
Grown up
bagel
bagel
bite.
bite. But
Yeah.
so those are the ones I'll get. I don't get like frozen pizzas too much, mostly because my
Yeah.
freezer's too small.
Yeah. Mine is too. Yeah. I don't, we go to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and uh this little like Japanese market by our house. And so when we do go to like Smith's, sometimes we go to Smith's for like everyday stuff, if whatever we need, but it feels like a treat because I'll be like, ooh, I can get Ritz crackers or like goldfish or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually just bought Ritz crackers because we did a Smith's order. because we're getting our groceries delivered right now. And I'm really sad I haven't been able to go to Trader Joe's, but uh, I can do a grocery delivery with Smith's. And I bought some Ritz crackers, but for some reason, I bought Ritz crackers hint of salt.
Hint? A hint?
It was a mistake.
Oh no.
I thought, let's, tone it down a bit, be a little healthy.
Mm.
No,
They're
that
not
ain't it.
it?
No.
Oh
It
no.
tastes like no salt. Ugh.
Well, I mean, Ritz crackers is like a disc of butter straight to the
Oh,
dome.
that's why
So,
it's so good.
oh yeah, it's delicious. So
Yeah,
if you're gonna take away the salt, like,
I know. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I might. They'll probably just like sit in my pantry forever, and I'll probably just try to order uh, a new pack of regular.
I
Oh,
do
you know
really like
what?
Ritz.
Yeah, I think why I ordered them is because they were cheaper than the regular ones.
They said put these on sale. Nobody's buying them.
I know.
We're in quarantine. Nobody will buy them.
Ugh,
Somebody buy these.
I
Oh,
fell for it.
but I was gonna ask. We had talked earlier, and we've been talking for a couple of weeks about um food that we've seen in movies or TV that like
Oh
get us
man.
really excited and have got us excited since we were kids. And I love this conversation. It's
Me
just like,
too.
I don't know, it connects you to people in such a way, because like those posts that people will post like an obscure memory they have from
Oh
childhood and
yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
agrees. It's like we're all collectively living the same life as long as you were born in these like
Right.
ranges. It's
Yeah.
all like one collective childhood. So we thought we would talk about this. We should have asked our viewers or like our fans before we did this to see if there were
I
any more, but I
know.
thought we should talk about them today.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we definitely have some of the same ones.
Yeah, go
Uh
ahead, hit me.
I mean, when we talk about this, like one of the first ones that I thought of was the corn kernels from Cinderella.
You heard it in episode 2. We had touched on it from the freaking cracked egg breakfast potatoes.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, the Cinderella corn kernels,
Why do
those
they look so plump and juicy and good?
plump little golden nuggies, okay? And she's just throwing them with reckless abandon,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
And the
Those
little
looked
mice
so
are like,
good.
oh,
I love that.
they look so good. I mean, I think a big one for everybody too is the in Land Before Time when they drink from that leaf. They drink like the water from the leaf.
Water.
I wanted to drink that water.
The most crisp water.
Mm. All right,
Uh,
hit me with some of yours.
Mine to like go to Disney, definitely in The Lion King when they eat all those grubs, girl.
Oh my God, yes, the
Those
grubs.
juicy little plump grubs. They looked so good as a
Give
kid.
it to me.
Give me the grub. I don't know why.
Did.
They were
Yeah.
so fat and like they would squish them and stuff. And I was like, yum. Sign me up. Also, I'm about to hit you with the weird fact. Ready?
Okay.
We're on the topic. I'm pretty sure, and I think other people agree, talking about the collective consciousness, that the teenage Simba was like our first like crush. He is so fine when he grows up and he's like a teen and he's got swag. And I
Is this
thought,
when like he meets Nala? Or they meet when they're younger, huh?
yeah, but they like romp around, like they meet
They
again.
definitely did
And
something in that jungle.
I was like, Nala, that bitch, that's my man.
You were jealous of Nala.
But I was just like, what is this feeling I'm feeling for this lion? I like this lion. He's cute. But
oh my God. That's another good like question to ask people. Like, what was your first crush through like TV or movies or video games?
oh, definitely. They totally like, I mean, I don't think anybody sexualized teenage Simba. Like that was my own. There's something wrong with me. But like you're gonna tell me like Jessica Rabbit and stuff, like super
Oh my God.
sexualized
Yeah.
people and like characters that young boys are probably just like, ooh,
Yeah.
not ooh. So
Uh, one of mine, like my first crushes in media, was this character from. Did you ever play the game Tekken on PlayStation?
I know of it, but I couldn't like recall. I couldn't recall a character.
Oh, well, there was this character named Hwarang.
Mm.
Okay, and he had red, like orange hair that was like had like a bandana like this, and then he had like spiky orange hair,
Yes.
and he wore like a. Sometimes he would wear like a gi, like a karate gi. Is that what it's
Mhm.
called?
I
I
don't
could be wrong.
remember. I
A
only did
karate,
taekwondo.
and he had no shirt on underneath it, and I just loved Warring. Okay.
So would you play him? Like would you pick him as your character or
Yeah, yeah.
mm. I can kind of see
Oh,
that cuz I definitely thought some of the guys from Dragon Ball Z were like ripped. Freaking
it's funny because they're
ripped.
kind of like they look like these anime guys.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know.
Collective
I'm not
consciousness here,
proud of that. Yeah.
but
Um. Okay. Let me think of some more. Oh, I thought of a good one for
Mhm.
food for movies that we want to eat. That fucking like yellow cup from Willy Wonka and the
Mm.
Chocolate Factory. When
Yes.
it's like they're first showing like the whole like candy area and it's Willy Wonka out there and he just like sipping on it and then he goes
That's what I knew
ah.
I was a crunchy girl because I was like, give me some of that
That was a
wax
defining moment.
teacups. That looks good. I
Oh
definitely
my
agree.
god.
I definitely, and I mean, how many things? There's like a chocolate river, there's
Mm-hmm.
gobstoppers everywhere, but it was the damn crunchy teacup that I was
That's what
like,
I wanted.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Oh.
thought of like after the fact, this might like date me a little bit, like I'm a youngin, but in the
Mm.
first Spy Kids movie, when they they have like all those little packies of like different restaurants, like food, and she pulls out the little McDonald's one and she puts it in like a microwave thing, presses a button, comes out a piping hot Big Mac and
Big Mac.
fries. And she's like, "Here, Junie." And Junie don't want to eat it. And I'm like, that looked good. I was mostly just totally fascinated by this idea that it would just like
Oh yeah.
appear, and it looked so good. It was like the picture perfect Big Mac with the bread in the middle was so plump.
And it never looks like that in real life,
Never
but
does.
uh that reminds me of that movie Smart House on Disney. Do you remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
And they had a similar thing in the kitchen where they could just like press a button and it would make them whatever they wanted. And they had I remember he had like a smoothie one day, but all of a sudden it malfunctioned and then like all these oranges came spilling out of the thing. And, but I wanted that smart house.
Definitely. And what else did we talk about? Well, for me, I always thought Krabby Patties looked so good. So I guess I had a thing for little cartoon burgers
You
or just
do.
burgers in general because I always thought
Yeah.
a Krabby Patty looked so good.
Yeah. So yeah, I had this Twitter thread that I sent you a while ago that it was somebody who said everyone has a movie meal that looms large in their mind. Um and her example was the pizza and beer that all the beauty queens eat in Miss Congeniality. So then everybody like replied with their like movie or TV meal that they really wanted to eat. And one of the cup was in there from Willy Wonka.
Duh.
And then the other one I forgot about was the creme de la creme a la Edgar from Aristocats. Oh,
Mm,
that little mouse dunking his cracker in that cream. I wanted that so bad.
Looked like a little golden Ritz cracker. I mean,
Oh,
Disney with their colors, they knew how to work their
true.
colors to entice us.
Looked so good. And then
I
your grubbies are on there.
I love that people love the grubs. Like those are some fatty grubs, like so
Yes.
juicy.
Oh my God. So I asked Tyler this question, and his was the pizza in a Goofy movie.
Oh, the cheese pull on that.
Yeah. Because it's like a drippy, droopy pizza.
Ugh.
He said, mmm.
That look good.
Oh my God. The leaf from Land Before Time is on there.
Duh.
Oh my God. The chocolate cake scene from Matilda.
Chocolate mountain, baby.
Oh, I did think that looked kind of good. Seeing what else. Oh, in Hook, when they're
The
eating like the
feast.
feast, but then it's actually like that slop. I thought that slop looked pretty
Yeah.
good.
I don't think anybody's gonna relate to me on this one. It's not from a movie or a TV show, but it's actually from a book that I used to read as a kid, like a really young kid. It was a book
Oh,
series called Frog and Toad Together.
I love Frog and Toad.
Okay, thank God. I love those books.
Yeah.
They were so like minimal and just like
Yeah.
brown and green and taupe, like were the only
So,
colors.
you know that they were like a couple, right?
Oh,
Isn't that so sweet?
I
Well, I
didn't,
that's what I read that somewhere or saw that somewhere. Like, they didn't like say that outright, but
but they were
it makes
partners
sense,
in
right?
life. Oh,
So
that is
cute.
sweet. I love them.
I
And they
know.
have that, I guess, I don't know if it's a book or the story within the book, but they make cookies and they're like tiny little, like, they're just one color. Like they don't look that good, but they're just like these round, tiny little, like half
Aw.
circles. And they look so good. And there were like
Mm.
so many could fit on one plate that it looked like you could just eat them all. And I was
Like little
like, ah,
crunchy cookies.
little crunchy cookies. Those looked so
Aw.
good.
Oh my gosh. There was I mean, all of the like the Studio Ghibli movies like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, there's really good food scenes. That's just like it looks so good. Um this is like a pretty rare one that I don't know if a lot of people have seen, but it's from like a Disney like Mickey Mouse special or something, and it was like
Okay.
Jack and the Beanstalk. And I remember it was like something about how they didn't have a lot of food, and it was like Mickey and Donald Duck and Goofy, I think. And so they were eating like a loaf of bread, and Mickey is like slicing it, but he's slicing it like paper thin because he needs to have enough for everybody, and he's like slices it and it just like floats away.
Wow.
I wanted that.
So visceral.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. There's
Mm-hmm.
when Mrs. Doubtfire makes like that gourmet meal. It looks pretty good.
I always loved like cooking scenes in movies when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Like they were so
me
fun and
too.
usually chaotic and
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing. I think we've talked about this before how like I would go to model homes with my mom a lot as a kid because she's really into interior design, so we would like go look at houses for whatever reason. And I loved the model home fake food.
I am so happy you said that because whenever my mom would need to buy furniture and she was like, hey, honey, I'm going to go to RC Willie. Do you want to come? I would say absolutely 100% yes because I want to see the fake food.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Remember like a fake cup of coffee? Like you could just hold it upside down and it was just like a hard gel.
gel.
And
It's
then the
like
squishy
acrylic.
grapes.
Oh, I loved the fake food that was like on a plate or in a bowl, like a soup or a
Mm.
pasta. It was just like, way to go the extra mile. As if I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
like imagine this being my
Right.
kitchen table. I was like, I can't see it without it having food. Like,
Oh,
I went to RC Willie like not that long ago. I mean, maybe like 1 year ago or 2 years ago because Kevin needed like a big table for his office. And I forgot because it had been so long that they have like hot dogs.
I'm just gonna say that.
You
Yeah,
can get
aren't
a
they
hot
like
dog.
they're like free, right?
I'm pretty sure.
They're
But
like
it
free
stank
hot
really
dogs.
bad in the whole RC.
Oh.
It was mostly in like the back like sales section. It kind of stinky, but I was like, somebody like leave the hot dogs out or something.
Were they boiled or grilled?
I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't see anybody manning the snack shack
I just imagine like a huge vat
of
of
boiling
boiled
dwarfs.
dogs. And
Ew.
they're like, well, we didn't sell them all today. Let's just heat it back up for tomorrow.
Cool them down. We'll heat them back up again.
Oh, like in that episode of The Office when Erin like she just reuses the hot dog water every day.
I love Aaron. Kevin always says I'm Aaron. Like I remind him of
That's
Aaron,
rude.
and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. I'm a stupid idiot. Is that
That's
it?
rude.
I mean, she's likable, but she's dumb. Like she's a dummy.
My hair was my room.
It went from a Taco Bell Express to a regular one. I couldn't keep up. Come on, my office stands out there. Another fun thing that we did do this past week is we did some polls
The
for
polls.
our chip polls. So if you don't follow
Okay.
us on Instagram, it's at Crunch Factor Pod. Definitely follow us there because we do a lot of like we did some chip tournaments, like a little bracket a couple weeks ago. That was fun. And then this past week we did some chip polls, so you had to pick one or the other. And let me tell you, surprising results, okay?
I did not think some of these would be as close as they are.
We had a lot of like 50-50s. We're
Yeah.
like pretty close to 50-50, and some of them I'm mad
Yeah.
about
We
personally.
got to share
I got
opinions
a
on
problem.
this.
So the first one we started with were the two versions of Lay's like Flamin' Hot. So you have like the original Lay's style chip in a Flamin' Hot flavor or the Lay's kettle cooked Flamin' Hot. And the kettle cooked one won at 65%. So apparently we got more kettlers out there.
Well, I that one's pretty new. So I feel like for some of these people hadn't tried them. So
Mm-hmm.
they were like it was kind of like a would you rather type of
Which one
thing.
would you have chosen or something?
Yeah. So it's hard. Some of them are hard like that cuz I think that one's pretty new. So I don't know how many people have actually tried it, but I think it's true. Like most people do prefer kettle.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into it in a little bit, but I feel like if I'm going to get anything Flamin' Hot, it better have limon. Okay?
Mm,
The
yeah.
next one is Fritos, and this one had me thinking. Okay? It had me thinking. So we have chili cheese Fritos versus
Yeah.
the honey barbecue flavored twist. And the twists won at 51%. So almost 50-50 between the two.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I can't believe the honey barbecue won. To me, it's so easy. Chili cheese, that's a given.
I definitely picked chili cheese, and I'm thinking back, it's like, God, chili cheese is so good. But I
So good.
honestly, there's part of me that kind of does agree with the 50-50 because I do love a honey barbecue twist. I will get down on it, but I will definitely choose the chili cheese over honey barbecue. But those little twists are good. But I feel like it's all about the twist. Like that's really what it brings.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
crunchy little twist.
Yeah.
We love it.
They're like sweet, I feel like. I haven't had them in a while, but
Yeah, they're very sweet.
I like the zesty chili cheese. They're good.
But I mean, in contrast, chili cheese, that pow is strong.
It is.
That is
Yeah.
some
It kind
thick
of like
shit.
lingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. And it's like you could use that to like flavor your meal. There's so much pow on there. I remember, let me tell a little story. Like in Texas, I'd go home to see my dad and my dad's side of the family. There would be like little snow cone stands like all over that you could go to. and they had all different kinds of snow cones, and it was like a drive-through, and I'd always get a snow cone, but they also had Frito pie. And
Oh.
my daddy be getting that Frito pie. So
Whoa.
I think that's where my love of the chili cheese Fritos comes from. It's just like such a like nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the bag, the little chili, little cheese, little raw onion.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was like in the Fritos bag.
Yes.
And it was chili with Fritos on top, cheese, onion.
Mm.
Mmm.
Just with the little spork.
Mmm. Yeah, that sounds good.
But what else
Mm.
did we do here?
Oh yeah, the next one was puffy Cheetos versus crunchy Cheetos. Just the original Cheetos, but
Mm.
crunchy or puffy. And crunchy won, which that's what I would have chosen. I did choose. Yeah. That one was pretty easy for me. Like puffs, I think are good, but they're like they're so greasy
Super greasy.
and they like coat your mouth,
Yeah.
which doesn't always bother me, but I just I can't pass up the crunch.
Yeah, and Crunchy won by 56%. So it wasn't like a huge landslide or anything. But
Yeah.
Crunchy Cheetos are really, really crunchy, actually.
They're
Like
pretty greasy too,
they're
but
they're super crunchy, super greasy. But I do agree, like the puffs, they coat your mouth and they also get stuck in your teeth so
they
bad. They like
do.
mold into all
They
of
do.
your
Yeah.
teeth. It's
Yeah.
pretty horrible, but
And like definitely some nostalgia there for Cheetos crunchy because my grandma would make us she loves Cheetos and she would make us like grilled cheese sandwiches if we were ever over at her house. Like she would watch us and stuff when we were little. And she would always make us a grilled cheese with Cheetos on the side.
wow, double
I
cheese.
know. Yeah. So
She
I have a
loves
soft spot for them.
this the
Okay.
next
Can
one.
we talk about this next one?
Go ahead.
How this is 50-50. Lay's Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle versus Lay's Dill
Dill
Pickle.
pickle.
Come on.
50-50 shot. Okay, we're already in the realm of dill pickle. Like you cannot get away from the dill pickle. Why wouldn't you choose a little extra spice?
Thank you.
Like you're already having a pickle chip. You don't want a little bit of spice?
A
A little
little.
bit extra? Like
It's
no, I
like
just want to keep plain pickle.
and the Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle, they're so good.
I mean, it makes sense. Like you love the
Yeah,
vinegary and the salty and the spicy. Oh,
true. They're so good. I'm just shook that people
you're
chose
shook. I love
plain
the
dill pick.
I do love a 50-50 split though. That makes me laugh. That is so funny.
I mean, I did not think. I mean, I didn't think any of these would be that close. I thought it was pretty easy, but people be surprising me.
Apparently. This next one was kind of a silly. It was a little silly.
Yeah.
So this was Lay's chicken and waffles versus Lay's cappuccino flavored
Oh,
chips. Now, I'm going to say right off the
yeah.
bat, I've never had the cappuccino and I would never have the cappuccino. And that
No,
makes sense
no.
because only 3% of people chose the cappuccino. And I feel like the people that
Yeah.
did probably just did it because they really don't like the idea of chicken and waffles. Oh,
Yeah. These flavors were both like the vote.
yeah.
It says vote to save your fave, so it was like a voting contest or something that
Mhm.
Lay's did where you could vote for your favorite flavor. And I remember trying the chicken and waffles one and it was not good.
That
It was like
maple,
syrup.
the maple.
Yeah, it was not. It
No, like
wasn't.
this was like a mercy vote for the chicken and waffles, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
I,
didn't like
it
that.
makes sense. 97% for the chicken.
Yeah.
The second one, or this next one, was also a big split. Both kettle brand, spicy
Mhm.
queso versus New York cheddar. Spicy queso won
Yes.
59%. don't know. I don't think I just want a cheddar chip. I'm sorry. Plain cheddar. Mm,
The so I've had both of these. The spicy queso was not very good.
no.
Um I don't remember I just remember being disappointed by it. Like it I don't remember why, but I think it wasn't as flavorful as I wanted it to be. And I remember the New York cheddar kettle chips as being like really, really like powdered, almost like too much,
I
like
just don't
funky.
like that idea of just like cheddar cheese
Yeah.
chips. Like, I don't know
Have you
the
had the
name of it.
honey Dijon kettle chips?
No.
Those are really good.
Hmm.
I really like honey mustard, so that those chips are really good actually. Okay.
What's next?
This one I was surprised by. So this one I just did like a Kettle brand salt and vinegar versus the Miss Vicky's brand salt and vinegar. And
Mm-hmm.
Miss Vicky's won by 56%.
Miss Vicky got a lot of love out there.
Yeah, I thought, she's a little bit less known. She's at Porta Subs. That's like what I think of with Miss Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really see Miss Vicky at grocery stores or anything like that. I
No,
don't
I
know.
feel like Miss Vicky is more. Miss Vicky's chips are seen at lots of like restaurants, like Subways
Yeah.
and Porta Subs, and like anywhere that offers like a chip stand. If they're gonna have
Yeah.
kettle chips on there, it's gonna probably be
Mhm.
Miss Vicky's.
Yeah.
So their jalapeno's pretty good.
It
Sometimes it's
is.
better than
Yeah.
others, but
Yeah.
I'll get a Miss Vicky's jalapeno.
Yeah, those are good. Oh, oh, this was another weird Lay's flavor. So this was the Kettle Classic Beer Cheese versus the Lay's Cheesy Garlic Bread. And this one was like landslide cheesy garlic bread won by 89%.
I just don't see how the beer
Yeah.
cheese, like why that would be desirable. Like is I mean I like a pretzel with like a homemade like cheese at a restaurant, like if it's like a beer cheese, like I'll eat it. But in a chip, like why would you want the beer, or like I don't know, is it like yeasty or like ale? Like why would you want that on a chip? Like
I don't
gag.
I don't know. I don't think the beer would come through. I think it would just be like a cheesy chip.
It's
So,
just like a gimmick.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
I don't know, with those like Lay's thing, I feel like they have to like step it up
Yeah,
and show like
that's
even
true.
those biscuits and gravy one, like
Oh
those were
yeah.
like rosemary off the chart. So I feel like they do like throw in those flavors. I mean, I guess I'd
Yeah.
be interested in trying like all these weird Lay's flavors. So we'll have to visit the beer cheese if that one's still even available.
Maybe we can get it on eBay.
Yeah, $50 bag of chips. This one you're not going to be so
Oh.
happy about.
No, no, no. I am. I am.
Okay. Okay, this was
Yeah.
Andy Cap's um hot fries versus barbecue fries. And
Hmm.
fries won by far 78%. I thought you were a barbecue fry girl.
So this is why I chose these two to put together because I would choose barbecue or hot fries. Those are my two go-tos. And so hot fries won like by a landslide, which I'm not surprised because they're like they're different tasting than hot Cheetos. They're like they're hard to explain. They're like they remind me of like Tabasco sauce. They're like really like vinegary
Yeah,
almost.
totally different spice profile.
Yeah, not like a chili. It's just like a vinegary hot and not super spicy, but
Hmm.
um when I was a teenager, I got like a bigger bag of them and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't had these since elementary school." And proceeded to eat most of the bag
Mm-hmm.
and I got so sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I don't recommend trying these now. Well, maybe just have some self-control, but
Right.
oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm not surprised on that one. I think a couple people like Corey actually messaged and was like salsa fries.
Who? Who? I'm sorry, Corey. What? Salsa boy. Oh yeah, so we got the southern ones
Oh
now. So
yeah.
we got the biscuits and gravy and the fried green tomato. I have never had the fried green tomato, but I have had the biscuits and gravy, and they were surprised. They were better than I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah, same. I thought they were pretty good. Like we actually bought them a couple times because we bought them the first time just because we were like, oh, this is interesting
Mm-hmm.
and fun. And then we actually were like, these are pretty good. And so we bought them again. Because like you
Yeah,
said, it's like that you really get like the sage and
sage,
black
definitely.
pepper like gravy. They were pretty good. I'd be curious to try the fried green tomato because I'm like, it has to just have like a tang of like a green tomato because you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna like taste the breading.
No, it looks pretty dark though
Yeah, it
on
does.
that bag. It's like maybe it's more cooked than the other ones are
Yeah. We're
because the
gonna have
wavy
to
leaves
do
are not that dark.
yeah. We're gonna have to do like an episode with these Lay's flavors because I think they have some new ones um that came out like within the last couple months and one of them is crispy taco.
Mm.
I think that sounds pretty good. It's probably just tastes like taco seasoning, but
Yeah, like cumin and corn chip
yeah.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, we'll have to do a whole episode with all of these and see
Yeah.
which ones actually shine through. This next one, I'm sorry, I'm gonna really lose some fans out there. I'm not a sun chip gal. I like them enough, but I'm never gonna buy them myself. But this was a huge split.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Sun Chips Garden Salsa versus Harvest Cheddar. 51-49. Harvest Cheddar took the win. People
Mhm.
love that garden salsa.
And people love sun chips. Like when we did the
Yeah,
bracket, I was surprised at how many people chose sun chips.
me too,
And
for sure.
I do actually really like sun chips, but I don't really buy them for my house, so I guess I
No.
don't like them that much, but
Right.
um yeah. I think I feel pretty equally about garden salsa and harvest cheddar sun chips.
Hmm.
I think I like original better.
Oh. I think I chose Harvest Cheddar, but I mean I don't have a problem with Sun Chips, but like I said, I will never buy these. Like if they're there, I'll have a couple, but if there's basically any other chip around, I'll probably have the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Okay.
this
Last one.
last one really got me, okay? But I'm glad to see that there's some talk out there. So this is
Mm.
a Cheetos Flamin' Hot Limon versus regular Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and that was a 50-50 split. And I even I even went on my own Instagram and I said, somebody go fix this. I cannot have this happen. Why? I mean, it's just, I think it's a part of my genetics that I'm just like, I need the limon. Why? Why?
It's like that little extra thing that just makes it a little bit better. And it's like, why not?
Why not?
Why not have it be a little bit better?
I have
I don't know.
I have a friend that I work with, or I used to work with at my old job, and our old job used to be in the same parking lot as a Get and Go, and one day she went to the Get and Go and she bought the black bag of the XX Hot Flamin' Hot
Mm-hmm.
Cheetos, and I said, okay, she's playing. She came to play. She opened up her little lunch bag, pulled out half a lime, and she squeezed it herself.
Mm.
Fresh. Okay. Squeezed it in the bag, closed it up, shook it up. I mean, she squeezed a ton of lime on there. It was slippery in there. And we ate them up, and they were so fucking good. Like, so good.
They didn't get soggy?
Oh, they did. They did.
Oh.
And I loved it. They were starting to like stick together and stuff. Oh, it was delicious.
Oh my gosh. I
It
would
was
try
so
that.
good.
That sounds really good.
It was super hot,
Um,
super limey. Mm.
I had like at a party once with like my old job, one of my coworkers did something similar, but it was like I think it was the spicy queso ruffles or
Mm-hmm.
something. And then she like laid them out all on a plate, and then she put lime juice and like the extra hot Valentina hot sauce.
Mm,
It was so good.
that sounds
I
good.
love Valentina.
Valentina's super good.
Yeah, but I
Another.
would definitely try the lime, fresh lime on hot Cheetos. That sounds really
Yeah,
good.
you definitely have to like eat them fast. And I think I can
Right?
recall not feeling like super great for the rest of the day. I was like at work. I'm a fucking nurse and I go back to work and I have fucking Cheeto fingers. Like I was literally caught red-handed. I had red fingers. Okay.
Oh man, you
Thank
gotta use
God I got
chopsticks.
chopsticks next time. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, luckily I have to put gloves on. But I was like, oh, this
True.
don't look so good.
Good thing you don't have to like touch somebody's like eye or like.
Right. Open up.
Oh
Spicy.
my gosh. Oh yeah, the only other thing I was gonna tell you about was I'm not proud of this, but you
Hit
know
me.
my guilty pleasure. Well, I need to explain this first because I don't want to get
Red.
I I love reality TV, like trash reality TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to watch Teen Mom. Back in the day I used to watch The Real World. Like I just I just love like trash reality TV. And so I feel like this kind of falls into the same category, but for some reason I like watching, I feel like I'm like at an
No.
anonymous like support group or something.
Go.
For some reason I love watching purely for entertainment purposes the like YouTube moms making videos about what they cook for their families. And there's only two that I watch. I don't like spend a lot of my time doing this, but there's two of these moms that I watch, and they make some of the most foul looking food I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
And
my
I keep
gosh.
watching because it keeps getting more disgusting. And I just want to say, like, I'm not, I guess I am judging them, but you know, everybody eats differently. This is how they
Mm-hmm.
eat. So I'm trying not to be too harsh, but I'm appalled. And there was one dish in particular that I just had to tell you about because it is so gross.
Please do. I'm so
So
excited.
she said, "This is a great dish to bring out at a party. Everybody will love it." And it was like her family recipe for jalapeno poppers. But
Mm-hmm.
these were not any kind of jalapeno popper that I have ever seen. Okay. She took a big can of like the pickled jalapenos, like in the big can,
Mm-hmm.
and she like drained it, split them, de-seeded them, whatever. The filling, okay, is she gets a mixing bowl, globs in some mayo,
Mm-hmm.
like full fat
Yep.
Duke's mayo, shredded pre-shredded cheddar cheese,
Mm-hmm.
mild, stirs that with the mayo, and she goes, "You don't even need any seasoning.
Forget it.
You don't need any seasoning."
Mm-mm.
And then she goes, "And that's it." Then she fills each of these little jalapeno halves with globs of mayo, okay? Like a glob, like filling it up. And then she puts some Oscar Mayer bacon bits on top. And she said, "All you have to do is just chill it in the fridge for 30 minutes and they're done."
A cold.
Cold. Can
What
you
the hell?
can you imagine eating a cold congealed glob of that mayo?
No, I'm sick. I am sick
Oh,
and disturbed.
mm,
You know what's
that
funny
I
about
just
that
can't get that out of
though?
my head.
It's like wherever they live and wherever they're from, and arguably probably a lot of people in the United States eat like that.
I know. Yeah.
And they love it because obviously she probably has a decent following, and I can guarantee there's tons of comments that are like, "Oh honey, this looks so good. I made this for my husband who's so picky. He just eats meat and cheese and he loved it."
Yep.
And they, like, they're pleasing these little
Oh.
snot-nosed kids and these freaking picky daddies, and they only want to have hamburgers.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I do want to say, like, I do watch other things of actual recipes that I would
Right.
make, or like, other food videos. But it's just like, it's just interesting and entertaining to see how differently people eat.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I think that's it
we made it. Another
for this
episode of the
week.
Crunch Factor down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm so pleased and I'm so surprised at these Kettle Farmstand Ranch. These are good. These are
They
really,
are.
really good.
I think even more so than the first two episodes and the chips that we did on those two episodes, I wanted to keep eating these.
Mm-hmm.
Um and like I said, they definitely have like the tang that I wanted as I kept eating them. So,
Yeah.
and they're like a really easy, they're not super like garlicky or super oniony or
Mm,
super, dominant in any one flavor. They're just like a pretty good, like well-rounded, zesty little treat.
absolutely. And they still taste like potatoes. They're
Yeah.
super crunchy, but not like crazy, like rip your mouth up crunchy.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
probably going to go with whatever. If you're making a sandwich, so good. Or just like
Yeah.
having a little snack, super good.
Yeah. I'm glad to have these in my house right now.
I'm
They're a
really
house
pleased.
chip.
House chip. I'm glad we found another house chip.
We did.
I mean this when I say this. I'm probably gonna buy this from now on. And like, this is,
Yeah.
what has this all been for other than to find new chips that we really
I
like? So
know. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy about this
And
one.
yeah, if people are wondering where to buy these because they're a little bit new, they came out within the past few months. Um, I got them at Whole Foods. They also have them at Target. So both of those places right now are doing curbside pickup and delivery as well. Well, Whole Foods is doing Amazon Prime now, which,
Right.
you know, if you're into that. But yeah, that's where you can find them.
So get your farm stand ranch and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So make sure to follow us on all our social media. It's not that hard because we just have an Instagram. It's Crunch
Yep.
Factor Pod. And if you want to watch us do our podcast, of course, we're on YouTube, but also wherever you get your podcasts. So
Yes. Yeah, we'll probably be recording like this, um, for the foreseeable future until it's safe again for us to be together, which I can't wait. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for more and to get into some funky flavors next time.
definitely.
Yay.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.